Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 1st, 2020. The time is 2:02 p.m. This is our weekly business meeting, officially calling the meeting to order. Attending Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Filios. And I'm going to ask Captain Helichek to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, then. So our first item will be consent calendar.
I move we approve the consent calendar as listed on our business meeting agenda for September 1st, 2020.
Second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Payables list, please.
I move that we approve the payables for the week of August 24th through 28, 2020 in the amount of $645,378.65.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Do we have any changes to the agenda? None. Proceeding. First of our action items, janitorial services, agreement for the Riverstone Transit Center with TESH, and this deals with Public Transportation Resource Management Office. Kim?
Yes, good afternoon. This is the janitorial services agreement for the period beginning today, September 1, 2020 through August 31, 2021, in the amount of $477 per month.
$477 per month, okay.
Yeah, I move that we approve the janitorial services agreement for the Riverstone Transit Center with TESH.
A second?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 2, request for certification to the 2020 property tax roll, yield and deferred tax treasurer, and I guess this is our Chief Deputy Treasurer, Lori Thomas.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Commissioners. The first request in front of you is to ask for your approval to certify the yield and deferred taxes that were billed for 2019 that were not paid. Yield tax is for when somebody takes timber off of their property and receives a 3% yield tax. The deferred tax is when they've had a change of use on their property and the property had been billed out as deferred and is no longer qualifying.
Okay. Can we combine these next three, or should we take them individually? Counsel? They look to be actually different, don't they?
Are they different items?
They are.
Yes, take them separately.
Okay, we'll take them separately. Okay, so motion then on number 2?
I move that we approve the request for certification to the 2020 property tax roll for the yield and deferred tax.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 3, request for certification to 2020 property tax roll for inactive real properties. Lori, please.
Commissioners, this request in front of you is to certify a parcel that was platted into a subdivision and the underlying tax remained unpaid by the prior owner, and so we will certify it to the individual parcels.
Motion?
I move that we, approve the request for certification to the 2020 property tax rolls for inactive real properties.
Second?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 4, request for certification to the 2020 property tax roll for omitted occupancies. Lori, please.
Commissioners, these parcels represent bills that had brand-new homes that were moved into in 2019. Those homes, the occupancy bills remain unpaid. So in statute, we need to add those to the 2020 property tax bills to get the payments.
Motion.
Are you good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Request, I move that we approve the request for certification to the 2020 property tax roll for the omitted occupancies.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 5, request for certification to 2020 property tax roll for delinquent personal property.
Yes, Commissioners, this request is for delinquent personal property, specifically mobile homes or businesses that remain unpaid for the 2019 tax year, and we will certify these to the real property that are owned by the exact same owner and address.
Okay.
So this is number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
I move that we approve the request for certification to the 2020 property tax rolls for delinquent personal property.
Second?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 6, request for certification to 2020 property tax roll for taxing districts.
Commissioners, in front of you is a request by several taxing districts for requesting us to add delinquent LID water bills, sewer bills to our 2020 tax bills. The total amount that we're requesting this year is $113,849.18.
Motion.
I move that we approve the request for certification to the 2020 property tax roll for the taxing districts.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item 7, thank you, Lori. Yearly lease agreement, Blackwell Island Marina with Hagedorn Hospitality and Parks and Waterways. Is that Nick Snyder?
Yes, Commissioner.
Go right ahead, Nick.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, this is our annual lease agreement with Blackwell Island Marina for our boathouse to be shared with KCSO, Parks and Waterways and KCSO boats. The lease is in the amount of $6,890, which we split with the Sheriff Department, and this is paid for through vessel registration dollars. No general fund tax dollars were used.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we approve the yearly lease agreement with Blackwell Island Marina and Hagedorn Hospitality Parks, hospitality for parks and waterways.
Second?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 8, yearly lease agreement for the Blackwell Island Marina, again with Hagedorn Hospitality, KCSO.
Brian Higgins.
This is Lieutenant Higgins. Lieutenant Higgins, for the record, this is our yearly lease with Hagedorn Marine for our boathouse. It houses 4 boats. We don't split the cost with anything. We cover all the costs, and the costs are in the 2021 budget.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we approve the yearly lease agreement for the Blackwell Island Marina with Hagedorn Hospitality with KCSO.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 9, approve the utilization of drug forfeiture funds for our KCSO. Is that Lieutenant Higgins as well?
No, I think it's Captain Edmondson.
Oh, Captain Kim Edmondson. Go right ahead, Kim.
Yes, Commissioners, Captain Kim Edmondson for the record. Happy September. I am presenting to you, asking for your approval for utilization of the drug forfeiture funds for a project. We are working on doing some improvements to the Pierce Clegg Work Release Center. It's no longer a work release center, as you may be aware. We are going to be moving our professional standards section over to that area that's been vacated, and so we just need to do some minor electrical additions, some new flooring. The flooring in there is 20 years old now, and paint a couple of offices, little section of countertops, and we'll be able to move a number of personnel into that area and get them out of some cramped spots, and then there's some trickle down with movement personnel here at the Sheriff's Office. The amount that we're expecting to utilize won't be more than $17,500.
So equal to or less, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
I move that we approve the utilization of drug forfeiture funds, KCSO, not to exceed $17,500.
I have a question.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So, Captain, did you say that they have not moved over yet?
We have moved I think one person over, right now that is in an office that didn't need any updates.
Okay. And then, when do you expect the rest to move? And then what space does that open up for you?
What we would hope to be able to do, and it's based on being able to get vendors out to be able to do cabling. The existing cable, that's probably the biggest expense we have, is about $8,500 for upgrading the network cable from Cat 5 to Cat something bigger than 5, 6E or something, I think. And so we're hoping that if everything goes through with approval today, that we can move forward with that part of the project somewhere around September 8th. And then the flooring would happen whenever maintenance has the opportunity to get to that part. What that will do is it will open up areas over in the what we call the Compton building, or the old adult misdemeanor probation building, where our current background section is, and training. And there, somewhere downstream, that would be another project to look at for budgeting. But the idea is that we could possibly locate our civil section over into that area, and then expand our records section into the area that civil is in. That's going to, probably be left to a new sheriff to make some determination on how they'd like those moves to transition in the future. What it did do already is take all of the work release and labor program out of that work release center and put everything effectively into the jail, so everything can be maintained through the jail itself, all of those programs. And so they're working on trying to make some changes over there to be able to make those programs function from the jail lobby as well.
Hey, thank you. I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 10.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Edmondson. Okay, item number 10, purchase of body scanner for the jail. KCSO, Captain John.
John Holacek for the record. On April 7th, we began the request for bid process for a body scanner for the jail. We received 2 bids, only one of which met the specifications we were asking for. So based on that, I recommend that the board award the bid to OD Security North America for $118,750. Funding from that would come out of the jail budget. We have over $70,000 in line item 9010 capital. We have $51,000 remaining in program 511 jail overcrowding. I first presented this on June 30th. At that time, we were worried that the funding may not be available in our budget due to the medical expenses going over. So he asked me to come back. So here, September 1st, it appears we do have sufficient funding. Just a little bit of icing on the cake. Right now, we have $219,356 of unanticipated funding in our prisoner housing budget from state prisoners being there due to COVID. So we may receive another check for $144,000 from them before the end of September as well. So based on that, it appears there should be more than sufficient funding to cover it.
Okay. And the first check is actually in your hands.
They're both in hand. Yeah, we got one for $88,880 that had not yet been posted, but it's been sent down. Then we received one for $133,455 today. So
Okay.
said that puts us $219,356 over of checks in hand.
What's the census of the jail right now?
I'm sorry, our
What's this-
population
yeah,
today?
yeah.
I believe we're at 298.
And how many of those are people waiting for transport?
We're 60, I believe. We should have a state transport coming this Thursday.
Didn't we have one recently?
We did. We lost 38 2 weeks ago. They're starting to get them out now.
You didn't lose them.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And we don't miss
What a
them.
shame.
Okay.
Yeah, the state gained them, right? Or
Yeah.
whatever.
They were
Okay.
removed by the state.
Very good. And when will this be operational?
They
Approximately.
said from the time we placed the order, about 30 days. So it's going to be pushing it real close. Whether it'll be done prior to the end of this fiscal year, I don't know how that affects budgeting, but it'll be very close.
And I presume there's training involved?
Yes, that's included. Training's included. There's about another $500 in cabling that we need to do. Everything else is in place, and everything is included in that $118,750.
John, what's the recurring charge?
It's 5-year bumper to bumper on this, so it's fully warranted. Everything's covered for 5 years, so there's no recurring costs.
Okay. 5 years end to end, okay. Any other questions?
Nope.
Motion.
Bill, did you want to take this one since you started it?
Yes, I move that we approve the purchase of the body scanner for the jail.
Should we specify to
Yeah,
whom?
OD Security North of America for $118,750. And with the funding coming from a capital line item and a B budget line item as indicated.
That's fine. That works.
And I guess I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the body scanner is finally ordered.
Yay!
Who gets to use it first?
Everybody
Bill.
in the room.
I'm opting out.
Okay. How long has this been going? Is it 3 years? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Perseverance, right? Okay. Item number 11, proclamation, Kootenai County Preparedness Month, Office of Emergency Management.
So it'd be Cody Pace.
Go ahead, Cody.
Yes, this is Cody Pace for the record. This proclamation is just that the county recognizes the month of September for being the month of preparedness. And during the month, the county will help encourage and educate its residents about how to better be prepared for disasters.
Okay. Would you like for us to read the proclamation? It's actually not lengthy.
Did you want me to, or did you want to?
Well, if you'd like the honor, take it away.
Okay. Kootenai County Preparedness Month, September 2020. Whereas the purpose of National Preparedness Month is a time to encourage citizens to prepare for emergencies and is designed to educate and empower people to prepare for and respond to emergency situations, including natural and man-made disasters, as well as potential terrorist attacks. And whereas the goal of Kootenai County is to prepare its citizens for all manner of emergencies in their homes, businesses, schools, and the county. And whereas the Kootenai County Board of Commissioners encourages the people of Kootenai County to take precautionary steps to prepare for emergencies before they occur. And whereas the Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management provides emergency preparedness presentations to citizens, businesses, first responders, and civic and youth groups, informing them on how to protect themselves, their families, and their neighbors during emergencies. And whereas the Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management supports and coordinates volunteer activities that help make our communities safer and better prepared for emergencies. And whereas emergency preparedness information can be obtained by visiting the Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management's website, by obtaining brochures in the lobby of the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, or by visiting www.ready.gov. Now, therefore, the Board of Commissioners of Kootenai County, by virtue of the authority vested in us, that's the part you read, and that is it.
Oh, okay. Did you leave something out? It says by the authority.
Well, I believe that.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I believe that last part was for you, or did you want me to read that?
No, go ahead. Read it.
Okay. Now, therefore, the Board of Commissioners of Kootenai County, by virtue of the authority vested in us by the Constitution of the State of Idaho, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2020 as Kootenai County Preparedness Month and encourage the people of Kootenai County to observe the month with appropriate preparedness activities.
Okay, and it's dated this first day of September 2020. Motion?
I move we adopt the proclamation for Kootenai County Preparedness Month.
Second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Thank you, Cody. Item number 12, approval, taxing district extension request, Coeur d'Alene Public Schools, Lakeland Joint School District, Plummer Worley Joint School District, and the City of Harrison. Auditor, who will be speaking to this?
Hello, Board. This is Joanne Connor, Tax Auditing Technician. I'm requesting for those districts to be approved for an extension to file their L2 paperwork this year. Most of our schools are starting on September 8th this year. So this is their notification to you that they are considering an emergency levy, which is required by statute prior to Monday the 14th. And then we also have the City of Harrison, due to staff turnover, that is asking for extensions. This will allow them until September 21st to complete their paperwork.
Okay. So the motion then is simply to approve the extension, correct?
And I
That's
can take,
correct.
I can take it if you
Okay,
like.
go ahead.
Sure. I move that we approve the following taxing districts an extension for their L2 deadline. Coeur d'Alene School District, 271, Lakeland School District, 272, Plummer Worley School District, 44, and the City of Harrison, and that gives them until September 21st, 2020.
Second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Item number 13, electric service agreement for the Fairgrounds RV Park with Avista. Sean Riley for the BOCC. Go right ahead, Sean.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. Sean Riley for the record. This is a standard Avista agreement for them to provide lighting for the RV Park Phase 3 out at the fairgrounds. The amount is $18,710.53. We have budgeted for this, and legal has seen and approved the agreement.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we approve the electric service agreement at the Fairgrounds RV Park with Avista Utilities.
Second?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 14, agreement for architectural services for the remodel of the former U.S. Army Reserve Site, also known as the Armory, for Office of Emergency Management. Once again, Sean Riley for the BOCC.
Thanks, Commissioners. This is a contract with Longwell Trapp that includes bid, design, and construction oversight. The amount for the contract would be 10% of the owner's budget to be determined at the time the lowest bid is accepted.
Okay. Motion.
I move that we approve the agreement for architectural services for the remodel of the former U.S. Army Reserves for the new Office of Emergency Management location.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 15, request for annexation, Palouse Organics with Properties LLC, Kootenai County Fire and Rescue.
Commissioners, I'll take this one because I reviewed it. Like you said, it's a request for annexation in the Kootenai County Fire Rescue District. Property is located at 12496 West Tanner Drive in Post Falls. It does lie adjacent to other properties that are already annexed into the fire district. It was approved for annexation by the fire district in one of their meetings where they addressed the issue.
Okay.
It was probably
July 20th, 2020.
Right, July 20th, 2020. It was properly published and it meets all the requirements to be annexed. So this board should approve it for annexation.
Got it. And there's the amount, 18,710.53, right? Or am I reading the wrong? I'm sorry, we just went through
Yeah,
that.
that was the
That's the last
electrical
one.
for the.
Sorry about that.
There's no amount here.
There's no amount.
Annexation.
You could put one in.
Well, we could charge it anyway, just for fun.
Good luck collecting.
Yeah, you
Well,
got
while
that
we're
right.
picking nits, let's,
Okay, whose turn is it?
My turn.
Okay.
I approve. I move that we request, I move the request for annexation for the Palouse Organics / Properties LLC / Kootenai County Fire and Rescue be approved.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 16, Resolution 2020-55 to surplus equipment for the assessor. Is it Reba?
It is Reba. We're asking for a resolution to dispose, salvage a 1980 homemade utility trailer that we used to use for a four-wheeler.
Okay,
It has $350 value, we're hoping.
okay.
All right.
Motion.
I move we approve Resolution 2020-55, which is surplus equipment for the assessor.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Item number 17, HAVA Cares, HAVA Election Security for the CARES funding expenditures, 2020 federal election cycle coming up in November via resource management and election offices. Clerk Brannon.
Thank you, and I promise I won't be verbose. You've done such a great job of keeping the meeting going. However, I want to thank specifically my staff accountant, Julina Hildreth, and the director of our RMO, Jody Beasy. They have worked very hard to put this together. Jody's knowledge of federal funds has really been a help. So thank her, and I always thank Julina, because if I don't, I'd be one of those. So with that, I turn it over to Julina,
Thank you.
speaking for both her and Director Beasy.
Nice job, Jolena. Now smack him, please, would you?
I do all the time. So for the record, Julina Hildreth with the Auditor's Office, and we have a couple agenda items. The first one, there were several items kind of combined. So what we're asking for is...
You need to, sorry.
Am I not loud? Is it not on?
No, is the red light on? Yeah, you're good.
Your voice just a little. I can do that. Okay, is that better?
No.
There's a little slide.
Two lights. There's a slide on the,
Slide on the stem there.
Oh.
Okay, now try, I bet
All right.
that should work.
I'm not repeating myself. Okay, is that better?
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo! I'm never too quiet. Anyway, okay, so there are a couple of items that were combined in 17, and what we're asking for is the acceptance of our Have a COVID grant, the award in the amount of $167,909.29. And then we have a security grant award in the amount of $82,247.48. And then we're asking for the use of the HAVA and CARES funding to purchase new elections equipment.
Okay. Questions for Jolena? Are we okay?
This is only item 17, is that?
Correct.
This is only item 17.
But it'll be
yes.
the approval of the two grants and then obviously the use of, or the approval of us making purchases.
Yeah.
Using those funds.
Okay. Who wants to take it?
Go ahead, Lisa.
okay. I move that we approve the HAVA Cares finance allocation along with the HAVA election security and the CARES funding expenditures for the FY, well, it's actually 21, but it's the 2020 federal election cycle.
Second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried.
Perfect.
Item number 18, which is our final item, reclassify funds for grant match for HAVA Cares Fund for the 2020 federal election cycle, resource management and election offices. Jolena, will you be taking this one as well?
I will. Jelena Hildreth for the record. So with our HAVA COVID grant, we have a match of $66,000. And in order to meet that match, what we were wanting to do is reclassify unused temporary personnel services in the election budget because we because we had to have an all mail out, we didn't need the poll worker training budget. So we wanted to use those funds and roll those in to be able to use for match.
Then that's the 66,000?
Yeah, actually, what we're wanting to do is there's a remaining $75,115, and we would like to roll all of that so that we could purchase some extra ink or toner cartridges with the remaining couple of $1,000.
Okay, and you're rolling it into where?
To match, so
Okay.
it'll still be in the same fund, it'll just be,
Essentially from B to C. Okay, so from B budget to
B,
C.
from operating to count, okay.
Yeah.
B to C, okay. Want to take it?
Sure, I move that we approve the reclassification of funds, and grants match with the Havoc Cares funds for the 2020 federal election cycle Resource Management Office.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Are you okay?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
I'm
just
great.
checking. All right. And now to public comment. None? Time is now 2:33. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Not bad.